after watching this video, you will see that scalping the stock market is very profitable. Or is it?
Shades Crazy Cash!
Oof. Alright guys, QBTS stock, this is the follow-up episode to the strategy development series. So we developed a strategy for scalping QBTS. We take 1% profit or we take a 1% loss. That is what we are doing here. So will it work out? Will it not work out? We don't know, guys. What we can do is we can buy and we can hold and we can hope. But will it work out? On paper, it looks like it's going to be a very profitable strategy. I'm going to show you something here that will blow your mind. It will absolutely blow you, right? Because I'm going to keep it transparent. So I'm going to show you here the... Oops, why is it not showing? There it is. Okay, so these are the trades, the scalp trades I took today. QBTS, I bought at 24.77. And no, that's a sell. So I sold at 24.77 overnight. Then I bought back in at 24.79. So I made 1% here, bought back in at 24.79, sold at 25.68 here in at open, right, when everything ran up, and I made a nice 3%. I made more than I expected. I made a nice 3% there on that big move on QBTS today. And yeah, I did sell partial shares as well. I didn't know I could even do that, but hey, hell yeah. I mean, I didn't know you could buy partial shares, but here we are. Sure, I don't care. I'll scalp partial shares all day. So we made a nice 3% here, right? 24.79 is where we bought in. We sold at 25.68. Then of course I bought back in at 26.165 on a dip. So I bought here on this dip. Let me show you the 3-minute time frame. Yeah, right here on this dip I bought, and then I flipped it real quick. So that was awesome. Nice quick scalp there, and you can see I sold at 26.45 for about a little over 1%, because the math is easy, right? 1% of 26.165. My friends, if you know your decimal points, you just move it over, bam, 27 cents, take profit, and that's your 1%. A little over 1%, but it's, we're rounding up here. You take your 1%, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So today we made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% return just scalping. Now, are we going to get that every day? I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like we're going to get these kinds of returns every day. That would be pretty crazy if we can make 5% every day scalping. That would mean we're making 25% every week. That's 100% return every month. That would be 1,200% return every year. That's at least what the math says. I don't think we're going to be hitting 5% return scalping like this. It's only because we had that big pump. But on the other hand, if we can keep it a little more realistic, let's just say we make, hypothetically, we make 1% a day. That's doable. I mean, we made 5% in one day. So let's say 1% a day. That's 5% a week. That's 20% a month. 20% a month times 12 months is 240% return scalping the stock market, specifically QBTS, because it is very volatile. As you can see, ran from 24.50 to 26.85, a $2 move just like that, and now it's dumping just as quickly. So I'm not going to scalp. I'm not going to buy here because it looks like it wants to come down. So I'm just going to hold off because it might be a fake out here on the breakout, the fake out breakout. But maybe I'll buy the dip if it comes down to around 20, low 25 is what I'm thinking. That's where I might be looking to buy back in and scalp it for a quick 1%. And we'll do the math by moving the decimals and so on and so forth. So I'm going to wait and see if it comes down. So maybe we can get a 6% return kind of day scalping QBTS. So yeah, I'm keeping it transparent. I just showed you all the trades, where I bought in, where I sold, why I bought in, why I sold. I think 1% a day is, I think that's more conservative, right? If we set our expectations too high, we end up disappointing ourselves, right? We don't want to be like Sebluke. Sebluke is a Discord member who, when he first started trading the markets, he thought he was going to make 100% return every month. I'm going to double my money every month. I'm going to become a millionaire by the end of the year. Woo! Right? And then obviously he got hit with reality. We tanked because of the Trump tariffs, and then we tanked because of the government shutdown, and then we tanked because of the Iran war, and so on and so forth. He learned the hard way. Oh, the stock market doesn't just go straight up. What is this BS, right? So what does this mean for us? It means, ladies and gentlemen, that we know that we need to be a little more realistic with our sell targets and buy targets and our profits. So let's shoot for 1% a day. That's 240% a year. That's actually really good. But you know how people are. If you tell someone, hey, I'll give you a strategy where you just scalp the stock market, you scalp QBTS, 1% return, you rinse and repeat, you make your 1% over and over again, and at the end of the year, you will have made 240%. Whatever, if you started with 10K, you turned that into 34K. That's ridiculous. No way. That's pretty crazy. But you know how people are. That's to them, they're like, wait, 240% in a year, that's not what I want. I want 240% mañana, right? Like right now, actually, not even tomorrow, right now. So I'm going to prove with this challenge that scalping is actually really easy. You just buy, so take the 1% profit, rinse and repeat. Don't be greedy. I mean, I accidentally made 3% because it just pumped so big here that I couldn't even, like, my order just wasn't going through. It pumped so huge here that my order just wasn't going through, and it filled up here somewhere. So I made more than I wanted. I was just shooting for 1%. That's just kind of just something funny there that happened. I was like, oh, but I guess I made more than I wanted. I'm not gonna complain. Fantastic. But right, you should always aim for that 1%. Don't be greedy. If you enter your sell order and it doesn't get filled because it's just running huge, let it fill when it fills. Fine, you'll take the extra percentage return. Fuck yeah, right? I made 3% on just that one trade I'd opened. Fuck that. Hell yeah. I wasn't expecting it. I thought I was just going to get the 1%. But yeah. So, but you should be aiming for that 1%. Too many people, they fuck up the strategy because they want more. Okay, I'm going to buy and just said, you know what? Yeah, I could make 1%, but what if I said a 2% take profit? I believe that on paper, at least on paper, the math says we should be able to make 5% return a week. 1% a day is what we're aiming for. If we make more, awesome, then we're setting ourselves up to not be disappointed. Too many people make the mistake of setting their expectations so high, and then they end up disappointed. Oh, I'm going to try and make 30% scalping every week, and then they don't meet that goal and they end up so like disappointed. And it's like, dude, you're being ridiculous. Set the expectations low so that when you do beat those expectations, you're like, hell yeah, making more than I expected. 5% in one day, fuck yes. Don't make the mistake of setting some really high goals. Don't be like that. Set the expectations low. 1% a day, 5% a week, 20% a month, 240% a year. Yet you can take 10,000 to 34K. This is possible. Again, I did make 5% today. I don't think I can do that every day. 5%, that's 25%. That's 1,200% a year. Is what it would, if I can make 5% scalping every day, that's 2,005. That is insane. That is 1,200% return. I don't think that's realistic though. Set the expectations low so that if we do make over 400% return, we can be like, well, damn, that's more than we anticipated. Fantastic. And 1% a day is actually very doable. Think about how much that is. You buy QBTS here at 26.08, set a take profit of 1%, which means the stock price only has to move about 27 cents, and you make your 1%, and then you go and fuck off somewhere, and then you do it again tomorrow, rinse and repeat. So this is possible. This is doable. But you got to have that discipline. You got to have that patience, and you got to have that patience. But also keep in mind, I know what I'm doing. Like, I'm not buying here. I'm sure people would have bought here on the signal, on the white line crossing the yellow line. Technically, I wasn't supposed to buy here because the signal was over here. But I bought here because I'm like, this looks like buyers are going to step in. So I figured we would get a nice little 1% move because this can move 1% real fast. So yeah, I'm breaking my rules a little bit, but that's because I know what the hell I'm doing and what I'm looking at. So a beginner, as a beginner, you would have to just take the 1%. You buy and take the 1%. Now, what happens if you buy and the stock market tanks? Well, you just hold it and wait for it to come back up. It becomes a swing trade, and then when it comes back up, you take your 1% and then you continue the challenge. That's really that's the way to go about it. another thing I want to take note of is we're not using a stop loss with this strategy. So, you know, I think here's my philosophy, because people always ask me, why don't you use a stop loss? If I'm buying a good company, it's always going to come back up for me, right? It always just trends higher. I could buy the top, and I just showed you, I could buy the top and it always comes back. Sometimes it might take a while to come back, but it'll come back. So my philosophy is, I believe that stop losses are archaic. They're a thing of the past. They're a thing from like way back in the 1990s. This is modern times. I think a lot of stocks are very capable of coming back up for you as long as you're not buying absolute garbage. You will have to hold the bag, so to speak, and as long as you accept that and you're okay with that, you're going to be fine. Too many people, man, they hold the bag at the top. Are we holding a bag at the top, guys? Right? The top is at 46. We're not holding the bag up there. So we will be fine even if I were to buy here and it goes down. In fact, I did buy here at around 27 and then it came down and I just waited, whatever. I guess you got to have a lackadaisical kind of attitude and have experience to be able to, you know, be in the red and not care. That's one thing I've noticed is people go in the red and they're like, oh my god, they're shitting their pants and they can't sleep good, or they blame me. They go, man, this fucker doesn't know what he's doing. But the reality is they don't know what they're doing. Like, this is part of the game. If you think you're gonna buy and always be in the green, what the hell is wrong with you? If only, I wish. If only, right? I wish. I think stop losses are, I think Wall Street, I think big money wants you to use stop losses so that you lose money. They want you to believe that you need to use stop losses, that if you don't use stop losses, you can't be profitable. I think that's bullshit. I think they just want you to lose money. That's what I believe. Because how are investors, people who invest in the stock market, how are they making money? Investors aren't adding stop losses, right? They're not adding stop losses. They just keep buying. So I believe stop losses are a scam. I think big money just wants you to use stop losses so you get stopped out and you lose money. They don't want you getting rich. Hell no. It's kind of like rich people telling you to go to college and get a degree so you can work for their business. Well, yeah, it benefits them because they can hire you and you slave away 40 hours a week while the rich boy, he goes fucks off and drives his nice car and goes to his beach house and just does whatever the fuck he wants, right? So I'm kind of coming from that perspective. You know what? It seems to me like they want us to use stop losses so that we lose. So I think that stop losses are stupid. In this case, there are cases where you do want to use a stop loss. Like if this stock was at the peak here at $46, then hell yeah, we're going to use stop losses. But while we're down here nice and discounted, not at all-time highs, I think stop losses are something you use where it makes sense, right? When you're at highs, but not something you use when you're discounted from highs. Let me put it that way. But I think big money does want you to use stop loss. They want you to lose. They don't want you making money. They don't want you getting rich like them. Hell no. So I believe stop losses have their place, but not here and not with this strategy, because it would destroy the strategy in my opinion. And that is it for my video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Bitcoin has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6s, 6. So I need to pray. That's it for the video.